This is what godfatherism produces: a cartel mentality. It teaches that the state is not a responsibility, it is a reward. That budget is not a plan, it is a buffet. That elections are not a choice, it is a transaction. The godfather believes the state is his inheritance. The godson is expected to behave like a loyal tenant. And the people are treated like background noise, useful only for chanting during campaigns and suffering quietly afterwards. My people, let us talk truthfully, seriously. Every time I watch the drama unfolding in Nigeria, I get tired. My people, I am tired, sick and tired of being tired. Tire my tire. Not the normal tire. I mean, I am tired. That deep bone tiredness that comes from watching the same boring, horrible movie. Same useless dialogues. Boring scenarios. Useless script. Just that this time you have different actors, but the script is still the same ugly script. And this is what we call politics in Nigeria. You know, what we call politics in Nigeria is not politics, it's politricks. In fact, it is possession. Today I'm talking about godfatherism. Even the very name of it. Godfatherism is when one man decides he owns the political future of an entire people. A community, a local government, senatorial district, just states, in fact, the country. For no other reasons other than he has money. Stolen. Money looted from public treasury. The next is that he has boys. Boys who are men who have subjected themselves to being boys carrying out rubbish acts because poverty has been so weaponized and used in wiping off everything in the head called brain. And then they call him very influential. He can make things happen. Things happen. Things like what, really? Anyways, we will come to that later. But once he makes you, he believes he has bought you. So whether you become a local government chairman, a senator, a House of Reps member, even a governor, or even a president, then you are not free. You are just an installed app with patents registered under his name, and he alone holds the password. He can tell you whatever he wants to tell you in whichever manner he wants to tell you. Use you the way that he feels like using you. And that's the madness we must fight. Not just in Rivers State, but across Nigeria. Everywhere it is found. That godfatherism must be stopped. But let me stop with my home. You know I don't play with Rivers State. For me, it is Rivers first all the time. This wicked Fubara war is not just two men disagreeing. It is a full display of what godfatherism does. It turns governance into a struggle for control, not a responsibility to serve. It does not ask, how do we develop Rivers State? It will instead ask, who controls Rivers State? It will not ask, how do we build schools, hospitals, and give jobs? It will only ask, who holds the keys to the treasury? How many percent is whose? And then we heard it. This shameless, rotten words that exposes the heart of the matter. Rivers State 600 billion naira talk. Reports quoting Oganyesom Wiki describes how the 600 billion in Rivers State coffers is attracting political interest, triggering a scramble of politicians who now want a piece of it. And Channels Television reporting Wiki saying that a 600 billion naira financial war chest. People, did you hear that? War chest would not secure Governor Siminalayi Fubara's re-election in 2027. Hey, big talk. War chests. Not development chests, not rescue chests, not development chests, not anything else, but war chests. War against who, really? Do you hear the insanity that I hear? In a state where people still battle flooding, unemployment, bad roads, struggling hospitals. A former governor who led the state for 8 years is looking at public funds and describing it like ammunition for political battle. War chest. War chest for what? To fight who? To buy what? To settle who? War chest. To silence who? War chest. To fight who? Do you hear, Nigerians? Do you hear that? War chest. Not development fund, not education rescue plan, not healthcare upgrade. War chest. As if governance is combat and the budget is ammunition. Just imagine the mindset of a former governor. War chest. When did government money become personal property? I will not stop asking this question. The governor is an individual. Governance is not. Government is not. When did the money belonging to a state become personal property? When? Who told him that public funds exist to sponsor political wrestling? I know he likes local wrestling, but the political... This is what godfatherism produces. A cartel mentality. It teaches that the state is not a responsibility, it is a reward. That budget is not a plan, it is a buffet. That elections are not a choice, it is a transaction. The godfather believes the state is his inheritance. The godson is expected to behave like a loyal tenant. And the people are treated like background noise, useful only for chanting during campaigns and suffering quietly afterwards. That is why political fights in Nigeria are rarely about ideology or policy. They are about control. Control of who makes the appointments, who signs the contracts, security votes, allocations, party structure, local governments, ministries, and the machinery that decides who eats and who starves to death. That machinery is part of what the war chest attends to. And this is why Nigeria keeps announcing huge budgets year after year. And ordinary Nigerians keep seeing nothing. We hear trillions being gained from subsidy, blah, 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 3 billions after trillions being collected as loans, and yet our roads look like punishment. We hear our locations, but our hospitals look like waiting rooms for death. We hear projects, but our schools still look like abandoned buildings with nothing inside. We keep hearing big numbers, but we keep living small lives. Why? Why? Because corruption and godfatherism don't just steal money. They steal direction. They steal priority. They steal the purpose of leadership. And in this River State, they steal the purpose of leadership. And in this Rivers matter, let's all be honest. The people are the ones paying the price. The tension got so bad that Nigeria witnessed an extraordinary federal intervention, a state of emergency, declared in March 2025. Elected officials suspended, unconstitutional, but required as it was reported. Imagine that. A whole state dragged into uncertainty because one man cannot accept one simple truth: that he is no longer governor and that nobody owns River State. Not even one of the founding fathers. No individual. Not a godfather. Not a minister. Not a former governor. River State belongs to the people of River State. But godfatherism will never allow them see and accept the truth, because godfatherism is not about service. It is about control. control of party structures, appointments, contracts, local governments, who gets what, who must kneel where, who must lie down on the floor, who must be removed, who must be kept. And that's why these battles are always loud, bitter, and personal. Because what is at stake is not policy, it is access. And you know what hurts the most? What tires me out is that we Nigerians, we clap for the oppressor. We clap for the godfathers. We clap for those who loot us dry. Instead of confronting corruption and calling it by its name, we worship the offenders. We call them strong men. We call it structure. We say he knows how to play politics. And then we turn around and we give him bogus titles. In fact, Odogu. No. This is not how to play politics. This is democratic. This is not politics. This is democratic sabotage. So what do we do? Because anger alone won't fix this, and me being tired will not be answer to any of my questions. So here's the truth. Godfatherism will die only when Nigerians stop feeding it. A country cannot grow when public funds are treated like weapons. A democracy cannot survive when one man's ego is bigger than the people's mandate. And a state cannot develop when leaders are spending energy fighting political wars instead of building a nation with a future. Let me end like this. Godfatherism is corruption in designer clothes. It is theft with grammar. It is oppression with titles. And if we don't stop it, it will finish us. So to every listener, open your eyes, and as we will say on the streets, shine your eye well. Refuse political slavery. Reject the idea that Nigeria belongs to owners. No, it belongs to all of us. We are all Nigerians, and this is our country, because Nigeria is not anyone's private estate and cannot be. And for my people in Rivers State, this is not anyone's war. Our money is not anyone's war chest, and we cannot allow our money be described as a war chest. Not anymore. Not ever. My name is Hilda Dokubo, and this is the Oracle. And this Oracle will continue to speak.